My name is Emma, and I want to tell you something first. I was not a naive woman. I was not someone who ignored signs. I was not someone who trusted blindly. I had a career, a sharp mind, a life I had built with my own hands. I was the kind of woman who noticed everything, or at least, I thought I was. Then I married James, and for 4 years, I noticed everything except the one thing that mattered most. Every month James traveled for business, sometimes twice a month. Hotels, meetings, client dinners. I packed his bags sometimes. I texted him goodnight from an empty bed. I waited for him to come home. I was a good wife, patient, trusting, present. And every single trip was a lie. Not all of it, but enough of it. Enough to destroy everything we had built. This is my story, and I am telling it because somewhere out there is another Emma, packing her husband's bag, texting goodnight to an empty hotel room, waiting. She deserves to know. I met James at a work conference 5 years ago. He was presenting a quarterly financial strategy to a room full of executives. Confident, precise, completely in control. I remember thinking, that man knows exactly what he is doing. Afterward, he found me at the coffee station. He said, "You were the only person in that room who actually pushed back on my third point." I appreciated that. I told him his third point had a significant gap in the regional data. He laughed, said I was right, asked if I wanted to continue the conversation over dinner. I said yes. We talked until the restaurant closed. James was everything I had ever found attractive in a person. Intelligent, ambitious, funny in a dry, quiet way. He remembered details. He asked real questions and actually listened to the answers. He made me feel like the most interesting person in the room. We dated for a year. He proposed on a quiet Sunday morning in the apartment we had started sharing. No grand gesture, just coffee on the sofa, and a ring he had been
hiding in his jacket for 2 weeks. I said yes immediately. We got married that autumn. Small wedding, honest vows. Everything I had ever wanted. Or everything I thought I had ever wanted. The difference between wanting something and having it is that having it means living inside it every day. And some things look different from the inside. James worked in corporate finance. His role required travel. Regular travel. At least twice a month. Sometimes more. Chicago, Dallas, New York, Seattle. Different cities. Different clients. Different hotels. In the beginning, I went with him sometimes. Weekend trips attached to the end of his work commitments. City dinners. Hotel breakfasts. Walking around places we had never been together. Those were good times. Real times. Then my own career became more demanding. I was promoted. I had projects I could not step away from. The joint trips stopped. And James traveled alone. I helped him pack sometimes. Laid out his suits. Made sure he had his chargers and his medications. The small domestic intimacies of a marriage. He always called on the first night. Always texted before bed. Always came home with something small. A book from an airport bookshop. A local coffee blend from wherever he had been. Small gestures. The kind that say, "I thought of you while I was away." The kind that say, "You were in my mind the whole time." The kind that are devastating to remember when you find out what he was actually doing while he was away. It started in our 3rd year of marriage. A Tuesday evening in February. James was in Dallas for 3 days. He had called on the first night as usual. Told me about the client meeting. Asked about my day. Said he missed me. Said he would be home Thursday evening. On Wednesday afternoon, I tried calling him. No answer. I texted. No reply for 3 hours. When he finally responded, he said he had been in back-to-back meetings all day. His phone had been on silent. I believed him. The following month he went to Chicago. Same thing. A long silence mid-trip. An explanation that made sense. A small gift when he came home. Everything normal. Except for one thing. A receipt that fell out of his jacket pocket when I was taking it to the dry cleaner. A restaurant in Chicago. Nothing remarkable. Except the receipt was for 2 people. A dinner for 2. James had told me he had eaten alone at the hotel that evening. Ordered room service. He had been specific about it. I put the receipt in my pocket. Said nothing. And started paying attention differently. I am a thorough person. It is part of what makes me good at my job. I notice inconsistencies. I follow threads. I do not let things go until they make sense. Over the next 6 weeks, I started quietly collecting information. Not obsessively. Not desperately. Methodically. I checked hotel booking confirmations that came to our shared email account. James always booked through the company portal. The confirmations showed single occupancy rooms, but twice in 3 months. The check-in time was listed as early afternoon. James's meetings never started before late morning. He had told me his flights usually landed around dinner time. I said nothing. I checked the airline app we shared. His flight to Seattle had landed at 2:15 in the afternoon. He had called me from the hotel at 8 that evening. Nearly 6 hours unaccounted for. I lay in bed that night, staring at the ceiling, running numbers in my head the way I do with financial data, checking and rechecking, looking for another explanation. But the numbers kept adding up to the same answer. An answer I did not want. An answer that changed everything. James went to New York the following month. For days. I told him I had a work event on Friday evening. I did not have a work event. On the second day of his trip, I booked a flight. I flew to New York. I did not tell him. I found the hotel from his confirmation email. I sat in the lobby cafe with my laptop. Worked for 2 hours. And waited. At 6:15 in the evening, James walked through the lobby. He was not alone. A woman was beside him. Tall. Laughing at something he had said. Her hand briefly touching his arm. The easy, comfortable closeness of people who know each other well. He was smiling. The real smile. The one I recognized. The one I thought belonged only to our life together. They went to the elevator. I watched the numbers rise. I sat in the lobby cafe. And I ordered another coffee. My hands were completely steady. My mind was completely clear. And something inside me, that had been soft and trusting and open, closed quietly and permanently, like a door. I flew home before James returned. I did not call him from New York. I did not send an angry message. I went home. I made dinner. I waited. When James walked through the front door Thursday evening, he kissed my cheek, said he was exhausted, said the meetings had gone well, asked what smelled so good. I told him I had made his favorite. We ate dinner together. He talked about New York, the clients, the hotel, the weather. He told me he had eaten alone most evenings. Room service mostly. He missed home cooking. He said, "Next time you should come with me. New York is better with you." I looked at him across the table. This man I had married. This man I had trusted. This man who was sitting in front of me, lying with the ease of someone who had been practicing for a very long time. I put down my fork, and I said, "I was in New York, James. Wednesday evening. Lobby of your hotel. 6:15. I saw you." The silence that followed was the loudest thing I have ever heard. James did not deny it. I think some part of him was almost relieved. The weight of maintaining a lie for that long is its own kind of exhaustion. He told me everything. Her name was Claire. They had met at a conference 18 months ago. It had started as professional contact, then something else. He said he had not planned it. He said he had tried to end it twice. He said he still loved me. He said he did not want to lose our life together. He said he was sorry. He said it multiple times, in multiple ways. I listened to all of it, without crying, without shouting, without any of the reactions he was perhaps expecting. When he finished, I said, "Thank you for telling me the truth. Finally." I have one question, and I need you to answer it honestly. Just this once. How many trips? He looked at the table. Most of them, he said quietly. For the last 18 months. I nodded, stood up, picked up my plate, and carried it to the kitchen. I did not make any decisions that night, or the next day. I gave myself 2 weeks. 2 weeks of continuing to live in the same apartment. 2 weeks of watching James try. The flowers he brought. The dinners he cooked. The conversations he initiated. The therapy he suggested. The promises he made with the specific desperation of someone who has realized too late what they are about to lose. I watched all of it. Quietly. Carefully. The way I watch financial data, looking not at what it says, but at what it means. And what it meant was this. James was sorry he had been caught. James was sorry his comfortable double life had collapsed. James was sorry the version of his life that included me was now at risk. But sorry for what he had done? Sorry for 18 months of deliberate deception? Sorry for every trip he had kissed my cheek before leaving? Sorry for every goodnight text from a hotel room I now understood differently? That kind of sorry takes longer than 2 weeks to arrive. And I was not willing to wait for it. On the 15th day, I called a lawyer. The divorce took 4 months. James was cooperative. I think the guilt made him generous. I did not fight him on anything. I took what was mine. I left what was his. I moved into a new apartment, smaller than our home, but it was entirely mine. Every corner of it, every morning in it, every evening, all mine. I threw myself into work. I was promoted again 6 months after the divorce. I traveled for my own career now. New York, London, Singapore. I stayed in good hotels. I ate good dinners. Sometimes alone, sometimes with colleagues, sometimes with new friends I was slowly building a life with. I started running in the mornings. I started reading again. The long, slow books I had not had patience for during the years of managing a marriage that was quietly consuming me. I started laughing again. The real laugh. The one that comes from somewhere genuine. I looked in the mirror one morning, about 8 months after the divorce, and I saw something I had not seen in a long time. A woman who belonged entirely to herself. James called me once, about a year after everything. He said he and Claire had ended things. He said he had made the worst mistake of his life. He said he thought about what we had every day. I listened. Then I said, James, I genuinely hope you find peace. But I need you to understand something. The Emma who packed your bags and texted you goodnight from an empty bed and waited for you to come home, she is gone. And the woman I am now would never have waited that long. So in a way, you did me a favor. You showed me who I was capable of becoming when I stopped organizing my life around someone else. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. I ended the call, made myself coffee, stood at my window, and looked out at the city, my morning, my life. And I felt something I had not felt in a very long time. Complete.